Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Bad news. Winter Storm Fern is scheduled to touch down in the U.S. today, starting in Texas. It's going to hit Texas sometime in the afternoon or evening. So it's a big deal. They are saying that it is going to be one of the worst snowstorms or cold storms in U.S. history. We just got hit about 4 or 5 years ago. In 2001, we got hit with a cold storm here in Texas, and over 246 people died. They say that that number is probably closer to around 700. In any event, one loss of life is too many. You know how it go, fam. A lot of times with these storm warnings, people try to, I don't think people necessarily try to spook people just to get their attention or whatever. But I do believe that, or just to, get views or whatever. But I do think that they do kind of overdo it a lot to get people's attention, because you'd rather be safe than sorry. I know that a lot of us were sorry in 2001 because we get a lot of false calls in Houston and in Texas because we're in a hurricane region. So we get these warnings all the time, and it's never really what they say it is 9 times out of 10. But it's that 1 time out of 10 you got to worry about, right? Because it could be life-changing. So I was going to bring y'all this information a few days ago, but I wanted to wait till I got a little bit more closer to the date and a little bit more information so that I could totally inform y'all on what's going on and how to survive this storm. So let's start with this article here via CNN. More than half of the United States is about to face one of the most sprawling and menacing winter storms in years, one that threatens to deliver a historic blow of snow and ice. The long-lasting storm begins Friday, and by its end on Monday, will have dropped a foot or more of snow and destructive amounts of ice over its 1,500-mile path from Texas to the northeast. At least 10 states have already declared a state of emergency as the storm approaches. Major Northeast cities like New York and Philadelphia could get their largest snowfall in at least 4 years, while major cities in the South deal with worrying amounts of ice. Nearly 170 million people across more than 24 states are under winter storm or ice storm alerts, from the southern Rockies and plains all the way to New England. Major travel disruption on roads and airports is expected to across the storm's entire footprint, and widespread and potentially long-lasting power outages are also possible, particularly from its ice storm in the south. Extreme and record-breaking cold will only worsen the storm and its impact by causing snow and ice to accumulate faster on roads, making them harder to treat, and possibly leaving those who's lost power shivering without heat for days. Travel and power outage impacts could last at least early next week for areas that see significant snow and ice. So the track shifts with huge implications. The track of this storm has become clearer and has shifted north over the past couple of days. And that's what I wanted to get to, fam, because I know the closer we get to the storm touching down, it tends to shift. Sometimes where it covers more of the U.S., sometimes it covers less. But in any event, anybody that's within that storm path is in danger. There's always loss of life when it comes to these type of storms. There's always loss of life when it comes to these type of storms. So That ain't to scare anybody. That's to alarm you. I'm ringing the alarm. I'm alerting you, letting you know to prepare yourself. So if you look at, let me see if I can show you this map. Because this map right here, where you see that red at, that indicates where there'll be 3 inches of ice. That includes Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. 3 inches of ice for a fact in Texas is going to shut the power grid down, and really anywhere. But I know, just focusing on Texas, when we have 3 inches of ice, we're certainly to lose power. The last time we lost power in 2001 during the cold storm, the power was out. Some people didn't have power for a month. Now think about that. An entire month without electricity. An entire month. It was really bad. And, you know, it's sad because these type of things can be prevented if these clowns who own these power grids would like update things. You know, like we're at a stage now where we don't have to have our power grids exposed. You dig what I'm saying? We don't have to rely on these electrical poles and stuff that are exposed, that always most certainly get knocked out, and at the very least knocked out of whack during these type of storms. They will not invest. I think it's one of the ways that they what they call it, like guarantee employment, right? It's job security, I do believe. And this is how they shake the states down over and over and over again, because with all the technology that we have, I know it ain't no way that a state that is as rich as Texas should be experiencing the type of power outages that we have. But here we are, once again. So let me take this off the screen right quick and get over here to some of the things that can be done to protect yourself. So these are some key survival strategies. Shelter and heat. Stay in a single room to conserve heat and keep curtains closed at night to insulate. This is if you lose power, right? You want to make sure that you conserve heat. Wear multiple layers of loose-fitting, lightweight, warm clothing. Keep your head, hands, and feet covered. In regards to hydration and food, drink water to avoid dehydration, which increases susceptibility to cold, but avoid alcohol and caffeine. Check on neighbors and keep emergency supplies, flashlight, radio, extra batteries. Keep that ready. I'm gonna go back really quick to alcohol and caffeine. That seems to be the first thing that people go to when they're trying to get through a moment, right? They're going through a rough patch. I'm glad I read that, fam, because I probably would have just went on and got me a little old drink or something, you know what I'm saying? Just to try to get through it, man, trying to get through it. But they're saying if you want to stay hydrated, drink water to avoid dehydration, which increases susceptibility to cold, but avoid alcohol or caffeine, okay? Check on your neighbors and keep emergency supplies. Find or build a shelter. You better build that shelter right now. You say, this is if you're trapped outside. Find or build a shelter. Stay dry and keep moving to maintain circulation. There should be no reason why anybody is trapped outside. Everybody should hunker down. It's time to hunker down. Like, hey man, it's the big hit gonna come one day for each region. It's not going to last for several days. The big hit ain't going to last for several days. It's going to be that one day. That's the big hit. If you can survive the big hit, you can probably get through it, unless you're trapped. So you might want to get with your family and friends and come up with some type of survival plan, or some type of way that you can communicate with one another. Y'all check in, do that check-in thing. Hey, look, you don't hear from me by this time, call me or come looking because something's wrong. And I'll be checking on you also. You got to come up with some type of plan. Keep those pets inside. It doesn't say anything about pets, but I know a lot of people are worried about their pets. My daughter got a dog, so that dog is like family, fam. So I'm not a dog lover, but she loved the dog, so I love her dog. So I want that dog to be safe. You did. So y'all keep those dogs inside. I know some of us got dogs. We got them dogs in the backyard, them watch dogs. Man, give him a break, man. He deserves it. Get your dog inside, and so that you can make sure that when that storm passes, that everybody survives. Everybody is accounted for, right? All life is accounted for. Hypothermia. Symptoms include slurred speech, confusion, and shivering. So this is something that you got to watch out for. These are recognizable warning signs. Frostbite. Look for numb, gray, white, or waxy skin. Okay? Numb, gray, white, or waxy skin. Well, look out for that. So, fam, this is one of the times, this is what trips me out about times like this. What you're about to see happen is a nation that's about to come together. Right now, there's been a whole lot of unrest in Mississippi and all across the country. Donald Trump destroying the country, him and his minions, they're tearing everything up. Now is the time for everybody to kind of like put all our differences aside for a moment, because now we're in immediate survival mode right now. So it does, even if you're on the West Coast, I'm sure you got family in the South or on the East Coast and in the Midwest that you're going to be concerned about. So you're going to see a big shift over the next few days in people coming together. There's going to be news coverage about this storm, and you're going to see fatalities. You're going to see a lot of collateral damage. You're going to see buildings destroyed, cars flipped over, and it's going to be a lot of pain, suffering, and loss. Even if we don't feel the full impact, it's going to be a lot of pain, suffering, and loss. And you're going to see people come together of all races helping each other out, because that's what we do in the times of crisis. And it's a damn shame that people in America only come together when it's in times of crisis and when there's a sporting event or some type of entertainment event. That's the only time we can figure out how to come together. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Y'all be safe out there. No more talk.